What's up, everybody? My name is Jason O'Connor. I'm a real estate agent and investor in Southern Ontario, and today I'm going to talk to you about buying your first rental property. Now, rental properties can be the best thing that you can ever do. It can be super, super lucrative. It can also be super bad if you're in a market where things are going in crazy bidding wars and you're going to overspend on this beautiful rental property that you think is going to be this cash cow, and it ends up being just a hole in your pocket. So what steps do you need to take in order to buy that property at a margin? Step one is find a mortgage broker. Now, you can go through your bank. The bank's got a couple, things that they'll sell to you, but I always like to use the mortgage broker. They have a lot more options with lenders. And my guy, he gets the deals done. Number two, and I'm biased on this one, but find yourself a good real estate agent. If you're buying a rental property, if you're buying a long-term, if you're buying a flip, find somebody that has a line in on, off-market deals. Off-market deals are typically better than on-market, especially if you're in a seller's market like we are here in Niagara. There are bidding wars on solid rentals everywhere you go. And if you can find a real estate agent that's going to help you with those deals and help you find, a nice deal that's off market that nobody's seen yet, that's kind of what you're looking for. But there's so many real estate agents that understand the investment game, and I would highly recommend you go and talk to one of those people, and they'll give you an idea too. They can set you up on an MLS search, and then it'll send you an automatic email based on your criteria. And even if you're not ready yet, you can contact an agent and have them do that, and you'll be able to get an idea for what's on the market. Next step is to determine your level of risk. Now, keep in mind, a renovation, you can plan it as much as you want, but if you're going to gut that property to the studs, you're going to probably find some stuff that you don't want to. That's exactly what happened in the one that I'm going to show you in this video. Ended up finding a ton of issues with it. The plumbing had to be completely redone. There was aluminum wiring, there was knob and tube, there was mold, there were 2 leaks, and there was an issue with the insulation. I just think it wasn't even there, but that's something that you're going to have to assess when you're looking at a flip project. Those are things that you can't see. When you walk through, you're like, this is going to be, nice and easy. We're going to gut it. We're going to, have it up. It'll take us 4 weeks. It never usually works like that. And there's always a lot more to it. There's definitely projects that go super smooth and, stuff like that doesn't happen, but they're rare. So you can have a project like that, or you can look for a buy and hold that's probably a little more hands off, and a much more long-term play. A little bit of info about the rental property that I just purchased. It was purchased for $255,000, which I'm sure in some markets, if people are watching this in some areas in the US, there's probably a ton of properties that are a lot cheaper and in a lot better condition than this one. But for this particular market, 255 was one of the cheapest ones that has come up in the city in the last 12 months or so. So jumped on it right away. It hit the market and bought it within a couple hours of it being live on the MLS. I don't necessarily think, it's tough to say that if now is a good time to buy. If you find a good deal, obviously anytime's a good time to buy. But right now, especially where I am in the Niagara region, there are so many properties that are being oversold and selling in bidding wars, and especially in Hamilton and the GTA, like all these properties are going for way more than what they're worth. So it's definitely it's a tricky time to buy, but I saw this one. I saw the opportunity in it, and comparables were going for anywhere from $350 all the way up to, I think one went for $412. I'm shooting for high threes. Anything between $370 to $410 would put a good chunk of change in my pocket. So that's what we're looking for with this flip. I'll walk you through it right now, and we will discuss a little bit more later on. Walk through the main entryway here. You can see Taylor, my girlfriend, just trying to make me laugh, but I'm just joking. Anyways, this used to be the living room. So there was a wall here before, obviously you could tell. Big support beam here. When you walk in, you want to be hit with that wow factor. And when everything's closed off and there's so many different rooms, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. So there's no flow. And this was absolutely horrendous. I don't even know if I can teach myself how to put the photo in while I'm doing this, then I'll be able to showcase what it looked like before, but it had this terrible wallpaper throughout. It was just terrible. It was so bad. So the wall was here. The kitchen came out to, there was cupboards up top here, but now you can see everything's hooked up. We're going to put a nice island in. This window was boarded up, so this will all be cupboards and you know, a little more counter space over here. Again, more of the kitchen space. So let's continue through. That patio door is going to be replaced. You can see outside on the deck. This deck is all rotted. Everything's, you know, gone to shit here. So this lattice is all going to come down. Brand new deck's going to be on the rear. You know, that's, to me, you can't renovate the inside of a house and just leave it as is. And I think that's a big thing. Is sometimes you go into these flips and you see the photos online and you're like, this thing looks incredible. But you start to get down to it and you're like, it's a terrible flip. It's done quickly. The exterior hasn't even been touched. You know, they've gone in, they put lipstick on a pig. So with this specific one, my contractor is a custom home builder. Super knowledgeable guy. He's pulling permits. He's doing all the right things. And I think that's pretty important when you're flipping. Now, I know a lot of people, you got to make sure, because in hot markets, when there's bidding wars, you don't want to overspend on the renovation. And that is the biggest mistake that a rookie flipper can make is, you know, you go overboard on the renovation and you're cutting into all your profits and you end up taking nothing home. I would say the biggest mistake is overspending and failing to do your research on comparables. Let's continue through. So I think I show the yard here. No, I don't. Anyways, so now you can get a view. So there's the entryway, obviously. This is the bathroom door. And why is the bathroom door there, you say? Because it's going to open up and hit the couch. It's a small living space. It's like one of those tiny homes, but not quite. It's a lot bigger than a tiny home. But this is just going to be a nice sliding barn door. So just to utilize that space, that's another, you know, good thing. Pocket doors and sliding barn doors are pretty important, pretty significant, in my opinion, when you are working with smaller closed off spaces. And again, like I said, it's a 2-bedroom property. So there was your look at the 2 bedrooms right there, left and right. So we'll jump into this one. This one is the bigger of the two. You got your closet to the left here, kind of like this awkward little, I'm not sure what that is, like a skateboard ramp or something. And we're lagging hard. Ooh. Okay, so again, you can see where the bathroom's gonna go. And oh, this is lagging big time. My dog's crying too. Hold on. So yeah, we'll just fast forward this. We'll go downstairs. So downstairs, this is a key thing too, is, you know, does the property have, you know, income potential in the basement? This one does, but for the flip, just to save some money, I didn't, to be honest. And, you know, you can argue that you'll make it back, but this area, I don't know about the area for a 2-unit, especially the parking too. It's tough to get the parking. This is just your cold cellar room. And then when I turn around here, if I turn around here, I'll be able to see, yes. Okay, so laundry room was in super rough shape before. As you can see, it's still in, you know, terrible shape. It looks absolutely horrendous, but you have a separate entrance here. So this is a good property to look at if you did down the road at some point, even if, you know, this reno, if everything's open, you just throw in some, you know, safe and sound insulation, you know, fireproof it, soundproof it, and make this a second unit. This laundry room can easily you can put a kitchen and the plumbing's already in. So everything would be good to go in that regard. But how do I open this? Anyways, okay guys, video dragged on a little bit too late last night, so I just want to come on here and say thanks for watching. Like this video, subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions, throw them in the comments section below, and see you next time. Take care.